Now for the Wired Nerdy Podcast with your hosts Keith and Doug. Let's get nerdy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wired Nerdy Podcast. This is season number 3, episode number, I'm going to say 32. I should have looked that up.
Oops. It'd be all right.
It's 32. I got it right. Hey. Oh, man. This will be probably one of the sleepiest podcasts I've ever done. I didn't sleep great, but we stayed up very, very late playing ourselves some Battlefield. We'll talk about that, though. We don't want to get in that. How you doing, Doug? Everybody, I don't even think I said it. I'm Keith. This is Doug. You should know that by now. Been doing this for a while. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great. Yeah, we had a really good session last night with Battlefield, but I'm excited. We got some really cool stuff to talk about today.
We did. We're going to switch it up a little bit differently. Our typical format is that we do some nerd news, and then we launch into some main topics. But with some crazy stuff that's been going on in the world, we decided, you know what? Instead of like going through and breaking down and looking at all of these micro news things, let's at least zero in on 2 of the biggest news things and just kind of give our take on it, because they do fall in our realm of what we talk about here on Wired Nerdy, between science, technology. Obviously, we do video games and anything nerd related, right? We want to give the Wired Nerdy take on some of these topics. As I said, we're kind of sleepy, so who knows what kind of unhinged ideas we may have. They may not be very well thought out, but we thought we would just dive into that, and then we'll end it on a positive note. Don't worry, and we'll talk about what we've been up to and some of our impressions. But we're gonna freewheel this. Like, we're just gonna freestyle and try something a little different on this. So. The very first thing we wanted to talk about has been in the news, I think, since early summer. Is that right, Doug?
I think so. Yeah, it's been a couple months now.
Yeah. And if you've been living under a rock and you're not aware, we're going to talk about what it is. And we're going to get into the things that we've seen about it. We're going to get into facts, but things we think about it, and then the things that we've seen, and just kind of do a little show and tell. So the first one, and I'll cue this bad boy up, it's called 3I Atlas. So let's start with, what is it? And again, maybe you know, maybe you don't. What's funny is I realized, Doug, we've had this conversation with some friends of ours. Many people are look at us and we say 3I Atlas, like, I don't know what that is. And then the minute you say, oh yeah, it's the thing they found in space that they think is aliens, they go, oh, it's like a lot of people, I didn't realize, didn't know they were giving it a name. They call it 3I Atlas. So, we were hanging out with some friends recently. And I think at a place called Bunker Hill, and we were sitting around, and that happened at least 2 or 3 times where we would say, "Oh, what's up with 3I Atlas?" So then someone would look at me and go,
"What are you talking about?
What's 3I Atlas?" And then the minute we started to explain it, they would go, "Oh, yeah, I know what it is." They just didn't know what that is. So anyway, let's get into the facts before we get into the weird. So. Earlier this year, discovery date was on July 1 of 2025 by the Atlas Survey Telescope in Chile, which I did not know that, which is probably why they gave it the Atlas name. It is the 3rd known interstellar object, an ISO, detected passing through our solar system. And it's coming from one particular body of orbit, we should say. What we know about it, its orbit in motion, it's not gravitationally bound, meaning that it's not going around things by gravity. It's not gravitationally bound by the sun, and it is going to exit the solar system at some point. We know its position. It will be closest to Earth in the November time frame. It passed Mars on October 3rd. It will pass Venus on November 3rd. It will pass Jupiter on March. Its trajectory is called a retrograde and inclined. So just so you know there. Yeah. Okay, so you may be thinking, guys, why are you talking about something in space? Well, this thing has some oddities, and even credible people at like NASA have pointed out certain things. Credible. We'll get into the likelihood of our thoughts. And Doug's using Air quotes. So its nucleus, the center of it, is not directly resolved, but estimates based on the Hubble and other observations suggest that it is a diameter of 0.32 kilograms, which is 320 meters, which, by the way, how big is that? That's pretty decent size. I heard it's like the size of Manhattan or something like that. You'll have to fact check me on that while you look up the size.
Yeah.
Brightness, visibility, it's relatively faint. It's not expected to become bright enough to see with the naked eye. It may reach a total magnitude of 11.5 at best, which is the nucleus. And I don't know, these are all astrophysicist terms I don't fully understand.
Yeah, to kind of break in
please.
there, the 320 meters is not really what we're worried about. That's only, I mean, that's 300 yards, which is big, but then it's 5.6 kilometers. So,
thank you.
It's about 1,050 feet to 3.5 miles. I mean, it's a huge object.
3.5 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says the estimates is that the mass is around 33 billion tons, though this is based on certain assumptions.
Yeah.
And the observation suggests that it changes. It has changes in its colors, shifting from red to green hues, possibly due to changing gas, dust composition, or solar illumination effects. We don't really know. Let's see here. We think it might be billions of years old, predate our star system. Let's see here. Because it's one of the few interstellar visitors that we can observe closely, it offers a rare opportunity to get data, composition, structure, chemistry of material from outside our solar system, which helps test models of planet and star formations in other systems. Okay, so those are like the basics. Now, Doug, let's get into the talk. Launch us into what are people saying, and then we'll get into what do we think and what are like. I've seen a lot on it. What have you seen?
I think the simplest answer is it is a beacon, or not a beacon, but a survey device. You know, aliens are sending this thing out to probe the galaxy and survey it. I've seen alien mothership. I've seen all kinds of stuff. Yeah. I've seen it's a surfboard and some guys riding on it. There's some
like Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm trying to pull up all of the stuff right now.
Okay. I've got a few.
Okay,
so
good.
It says it's here are the top ones. It's an alien probe or spacecraft, as Judd just said. NASA is hiding its true trajectory. That's another big popular one.
And I have a comment on that here in a minute.
Okay, we'll run through each one and I'll get your thoughts. The third one is it's a fragment or a message from a dying star system. Next one is it's linked to Earth's ancient past or prophecies. So those are the big top ones. Now, a lot of people are tying in invasion.
Right.
What gets me though, dude, you flip through Instagram, YouTube Shorts. These people are so convinced. Like they're, and I'm thinking like, dude, you're sitting in your living room or you're on a porch swing and you're telling me that on this day, this invasion is going to happen. And this is all, how do you know? Like, I'm sorry, you're not from, you're sitting from your porch drinking sweet tea, man. Like, I don't know, man. I do think it's an interesting topic that people are really into and it's fun to talk about, but people are so emphatic about it. They rarely be like, you know what? Wouldn't it be cool if it was? You know, no, they're like, no, this is what it is. The lizard people are coming back. And they all sound like Alex Jones.
Right.
All right. So what are your thoughts? Let's run through each one of these here real quick. It's an alien probe or spacecraft. That's the first one on the list. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it could be. You know, I need to talk about the NASA part before we talk about everything else.
Let's talk about the NASA part then. Go ahead.
You know, on NASA, they don't have an exact image of it, which to me, I mean, we're doing all these things. We have a great image of it. But why are they not sharing it? I mean, if it's just a rock, share the rock.
What doesn't help though, is we're in the middle of a federal government shutdown right now. And,
well, yeah.
But I sent you the thing where I did think it was interesting that the European Space Alliance has taken pictures and has shown some images. They look a little blurry. And did you see the one from the Mars rover? It was just a line, but that's pretty impressive. Think about that. We have a robot on Mars that can take
makes
pictures.
Sense with the measurements. You know, it's only 349 yards wide, which That's
Yeah.
3.5 football fields, to put it in perspective for
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I mean, still pretty wide, but still pretty thin. You know, you think of a huge asteroid or a meteor as some big giant ball of flame, and this is more cylindrical or more
Hmm.
like hot dog versus hamburger. I
Yeah.
know that's a very crude analogy, but
So there's reality checks on this. So the theory on it says that the claims on social media suggest that NASA or the ESA are concealing how close it will get to Earth or Mars, implying a possible impact event.
oh,
The reality
no.
check is it says that orbital data and multiple independent observations in observatories around the world show it will never come close. Its minimum distance to Earth is about 270 million kilometers. And then it says observations from dozens of global telescopes are publicly available in databases like the Minor Planet Center, which make trajectory secrets impossible, according to what this says. They basically what it's saying is they would have to manipulate the data in all of these databases and all of these observatories. And dude, let's be honest, it's really hard to coordinate.
That's a lot of data scrubbing, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it's going to impact us. This one's weird. So it says that with the alien probe, it says some speculate that the 3i Atlas might be an artificial object, possibly a probe or remnant of alien technology because of its interstellar origin and unusual activity like high water, outgases, and color changes. Now, this is interesting here. The origin of of this theory was inspired by a Harvard astrophysicist, Avi Loeb, who previously suggested that the Amura, I don't know if I'm saying that, could have been an alien light sail.
Huh.
Now, I don't know if Avi has, a record that's very strong. I don't know Avi, but if they really are a Harvard astrophysicist, they there's some evidence, right? Or there's not evidence. There's weight to what they say.
You know, you think this guy has a career of being this prestigious position. Why would he say things so crazy to put himself in jeopardy of not having a job or being blacklisted from the astrophysicist community, you know?
Yeah. Now, this claims on the reality check part that there really isn't evidence in that the gas and dust emissions, which I know we've talked to our good friend, our buddy, who's really big on the emissions.
Well, and he's an astrophysicist himself.
Take a look at this.
Jesus Christ,
That right there is the mail. Now let's talk about the mail. Can we talk about the mail, please, Mac? I'm dying to talk about the mail for you.
Oh, he is. Wow. That's funny.
It's
We love
early
you,
in
buddy.
the morning. We're
We
salty,
love you, buddy.
right? Yeah.
Well, we're salty because we just got them playing Battlefield with him.
Well, right,
But
yeah.
it says that the gas and dust emissions are actually consistent with natural cometary activity, as confirmed by the ESA, ExoMars, and NASA telescopes. Its outgassing of CO2 and water simply indicates a volatile, rich body heated by the sun, not internal technology. Many times when we had conversations, it's been said, oh, well, it's ejecting something. It's got a nuclear core, and they're suggesting that what we're witnessing is actually a naturally occurring event. Don't know. Again, here in the Wire Nerd, we talk about the real. We want to be practical here.
Yeah.
We're not a conspiracy podcast. We will get into that. We will get into some of these. So on this one, it says it's a fragment of a message from a dying star. And this one says that some people believe that it was sent deliberately or ejected from a dying civilization star system. It's like Krypton, Superman. Did they just?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's weird.
It's a beacon or a time capsule. This is an offshoot of the panspermia or direct panspermia hypothesis. I don't know that.
Yeah.
Now, the reality check is its composition is mostly ice and rock with CO2, CO, and water vapor, which matches comet foundational models. While it's fascinating that it traveled from another star, its chemistry does not suggest artificial design or any data encoding structures, despite what we're seeing online. What we got, the last one here is it's linked to Earth's ancient past or prophecies. Some fringe sites connect 3i Atlas to prophecies about 3 heavenly visitors or biblical signs of the heavens, drawing parallels to what we've already seen in the Amura and the Borisov, which are other things that we've observed in addition to 3i Atlas. They are the first and the second harbingers of prophecy. There's no evidence of this, obviously.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. What are your thoughts on this overall? Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think when you see all of this?
I think we have very, very clear images of it that I haven't really seen. I think that new James Webb telescope has taken some amazing photos. So, can we point that thing in its direction, or has it already been pointed in the direction? Take some really clear photos. I think it was explained well, and I'm going on a soapbox here of humans can't take the reaction of, oh crap, there's aliens. There was a movie that explained it well. It's like, well, we kind of hide it from you because panic and riots and, oh my God, the world's ending. So let's try to wait till the last minute and break the news. Maybe that's happening. Or maybe it's just a big rock that's floating through space.
Could be. I had to dig into, the most interesting thing on this is that there have been credible people that said, this is interesting. This is a little different. And I got to dig into that.
Yeah.
So when you look into the Harvard scientist, Avi, so it says, bottom line, he has an impeccable academic background. He is a very credible scientist. He's
That puts some
respected
weight
for
to
his,
it.
he's respected for his past contributions and intellect. However, he's been criticized for some media sensationalism. Many colleagues argue that I guess he's made alien technology claims in the past with lack of sufficient evidence.
Oh, okay.
And so some appreciate that he's pushing the boundaries and encouraging open-mindedness in science. Others see it as damaging his credibility and overstating the possibilities without, empirical data. So that kind of blurs the lines on this. I don't know. For me, it's kind of one of those things where being a Star Trek fan, being like, I've always loved space. I've always loved the idea of space. I've loved the idea of space travel. And I've never been threatened, honestly, by alien potentials. To me, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Bring it. And maybe it's because of the sci-fi background that I'm fascinated by it. I just don't know. I do think this thing is interesting. I want to see what it whatever once it gets closer what we find out. But I'm also like, it's so funny. People are so like up in arms about it. I'm just like, dude, if it's gonna happen, I don't know. I take a very stoic attitude. What are you gonna do about it? Like, let's say, worst case scenario, government's hiding from us. It's gonna impact. We're gonna be invaded. What are you gonna do about it? If I knew that for fact right now, what would I do outside of maybe starting to hoard some water?
Yeah, no idea. Well, and if it's a big asteroid the size of Manhattan, we're screwed anyway, right?
True. And we learned from the movie Signs, water could kill things like that, right?
Yeah, see?
Well, I'll put that clip in. Swing Away. That's a great movie, but
it is.
The ending was kind of a little flat in my opinion. But it's okay. M. Night Shyamalan, he does okay. That was back in his heyday. So I don't know, man. I also, and we're not a political podcast, I'm not going to go there. I will say this. I've said this to you before, Doug.
Yeah.
How do we know it's not a psyop? Distraction.
There's a lot of distractions going on right now, but that's a whole different podcast.
Dude, there's wars, multiple wars. There is corruption, and there always has been. Let's be fair. This is on both sides of the aisle in our country. It's a problem. Oh, yeah. Dude, I would not put it past any type of governing body to use something to distract the masses. I mean, historically, that's been done. So I don't know, man. That's my take. Let me ask it to you this way. Do you think it's more likely that this is a fake news inflammatory thing for distraction, or you just think it's more a rock in space and it's kind of cool, but people are just running with it? Like, what do you think is the most likely scenario?
I would say the second one. I think it's truly a rock in space. And
could be
we're
both.
Just dramatizing it. It could be a little bit of both.
Like one of those scenarios where like, hey, we got this really cool rock in space. It's a little different.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's use it. Now, look back on, do you remember at all? I watched a documentary on it. I vaguely remember it. I don't know what year it happened. The Haley, I think it was the Haley bot comet. And there was that cult that.
Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate. Yeah. They put
they had
bottoms.
Nice everybody, and I feel for them. They took their own lives.
They
suicide
did.
Is never the option.
Yeah, it's not good, man.
But that being
But
said,
yeah,
they all had the same uniforms, like it was Nikes and track pants and track suits and stuff.
that's right. They were a cult, and it was one of those things where they thought the comet was
They thought,
bringing aliens in the
yeah,
tail, right?
there's
Yeah.
an alien ship in the tail of the comet, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't heard of any groups like that for this
It
scenario
came
yet.
around in 1995, I
There
believe.
you go.
Yep.
How old were you in 95? I'm going to ask that.
10.
I was 15.
No.
That's 15.
So,
Not far off from each
yeah.
other. There's about the same age, almost the same age between you and me. It's the same as me and my brother. My brother and I are about 4 years. So.
It's discovered in 95 and became exceptionally bright in 97. So 95 to 97 is the time frame.
I'm wondering when I think when it reached its brightest is when they committed their act.
Oh, okay. I would say March 22nd, 1997.
All right, I was 17 then. So I vaguely remember it being in the news and stuff.
Yeah.
And I watched a whole documentary on it. I think it was on Netflix. It was actually a really good documentary.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So
now, it is supposed to come back, but not for a long time.
It's many, many years, isn't it?
2,534 years.
Oh, well, I won't
So
be
that's
around.
when it's coming back from 97.
Okay. Well, I won't be around.
No.
At least I don't plan to be unless you upload me into a computer.
Right.
Be doing the Wired Nerdy podcast from a server somewhere.
We'll be a floating head in a jar.
They kind of like our logo, actually.
Hey.
So anyway, this thing is weird. I think the part, I'll be honest with you. Yes, I'm fascinated by the possibilities. Do you know what fascinates me the most? People's reaction. It's society. It's the social aspect of this, of how people have taken it and ran. And it's also, I'm fascinated with the idea of what would people actually do? Like, can you imagine if it really was something sci-fi? Like, do you think people would start panicking? Do you think that's why, like, governments, like, a lot of people said, well, China, they have a very mature space agency. They've said nothing about this. Zips it. And everybody's like, that's kind of weird, because if it's just a rock, they should just shut up, everybody. Here's a rock. So there are a lot of oddities to this, but I'm more fascinated with the human, like, what do people think? Like, how are they going to react if it is something more? Like, what are you going to do? Yeah,
I mean, really, what are you going to do? You have access to nothing, really. I mean, it's the military and the space agencies that have options to take care of it or talk to it or do whatever. So
yeah, I know. I always think about Independence Day. I think about our media and, like, what did they get right or what's likely? I do think they got some things right in that.
Yeah.
Remember the people that were celebrating it with signs on the roof on Independence
Take me
Day
home and stuff like that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were like, I think that's true.
I think that will happen if an actual spacecraft comes.
Yeah, if that ever happens, I think you're going to have pockets of people who are deniers, pockets of people who accept it and embrace it, pockets of people that are just kind of in the middle. I don't know. That's what I think would happen. That's what, to me, I think that the human response to any of that is, interesting. So, yeah, man, it's crazy.
It is crazy. If we are about done, I was going to tell everybody about Atlas.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, so Atlas is the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System. So it is set up and run by the University of Hawaii and funded by NASA. They've got...
Sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Okay.
Some people were laughing. That may show up on the... Sorry, I wasn't laughing at you. I hit the wrong button. So NASA, it was set up by NASA for
so
detection
it consists of 4 telescopes, 2 in Hawaii, 1 in Chile, 1 in South Africa, and they automatically scan the entire sky several times every night looking for moving objects. So they are the ones that found Atlas, and it's called 3-Eye Atlas because it is the third detected anomaly or a detected thing in the sky. So just some back history before we close it out.
I appreciate that. I did not know it was a whole series of telescopes they set up. Now I get why they're calling it Atlas. That's actually really, really cool. So its job is to detect things that are coming in that may hit us.
Yeah,
right?
so Atlas says they will provide a warning time depending on the size of the asteroid.
Yeah.
Larger asteroids can be detected further from Earth with Atlas. They can see one as small as 20 meters several
Nice.
days out, and 100-meter asteroids several weeks out.
Dude,
So
I think
if it's
that's
the
a
size
bigger.
of Manhattan, I'm sure they've
Yeah.
seen it several months out.
I think I think that is a bigger threat to us than aliens, to be honest with you, is us getting hit by something.
Oh, I
And
think
then,
so, yeah.
yeah. So, by the way, you did such a good job, and I feel bad clicking that we're going to give you a round of applause.
Oh,
You
well,
did a good
thanks.
job on that.
Thanks.
Good. You did good. Good job, buddy. Good job.
I appreciate that. I was kind of thrown off with the laughter, but I was like,
I clicked
whatever.
the wrong. I forgot we have like sound effects on here. I'm pretty sure they'll show up on the thing. But
Yeah, it'll be all right.
anyway, you did a good job. I'm
Well, thank you. I appreciate
very proud
It's
of you.
early
So,
in
yeah.
the morning for both of us.
So on top of things being weird with this whole 3i Atlas, we're going to go into the next weird.
Super weird.
Doug, you cue it up while I'm going to get a share going here. Tell us what it is and why it's different than version 1.
Yeah, so what we're going to talk about is Sora 2. So with the 2, it's the second version, but it is a video generator, an AI video generator. And I think we've talked about the first one before. OpenAI as the owners of it. They recently rolled out Sora 2, and it is a huge shift in AI generation. The videos coming out are insane. They look crazy. So the one famous video, and I don't know if we can find it, it doesn't matter, but the first Sora video showed Will Smith eating spaghetti.
it
And
was bad.
his face is all messed up and everything. The Sora 2 edition, it looks like Will Smith exactly eating spaghetti. We talked about messed up fingers and eyes and stuff. The AI couldn't get a human's eyes and fingers and features right, but Sora 2, they fixed all that. And I am worried now that we can't tell an AI video from a real video.
Yeah, dude. Well said. So to me, like, I am very mixed on this in that, you know me, I'm super, super pro technology. I've not been as worried about artificial intelligence. I worry more what humans are going to do with it.
Yeah.
That's where I fall in this camp. And some of these videos are unhinged. I just got like a loop playing, by the way. I'm gonna give a shout out to Blake the Snake. It's a cool name, by the way. It's on Jake the Snake. But he put together a compilation of videos, and dude, I have seen some of the craziest things in the past like few weeks. Like, jelly donuts getting shot and arrested. I saw Chucky, the horror dog, getting chased by a cop. That was actually pretty funny. Some of them are really funny, but they look very, very clear, and it's bothersome to me at that point. Like, I've seen Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers in a WWE wrestling match right before this call. It was Elvis and Bob Ross having a UFC fight. I have seen just some nuts. Michael Jackson stealing chicken. Like, he was on Hot Ones. That was another one I saw. So I don't know, man. There's just some crazy stuff. I think what bothers me is the realism. We already had a problem with misinformation.
Yeah.
So can you imagine what this is going to be like? I mean, people already believe and here's the thing. We just got done talking about aliens and people, how they're running with this whole theory about 3i Atlas. That, with this being in parallel, if you are not an independent thinker, and and when I'm being clear about that, I'm talking about if you are naive, you everything you read, you pretty much trust and you don't validate. You don't follow scientific method. You're not an independent thinker. You just trust what's put in front of you, which, by the way, is the majority of human beings. Because for the longest time, video was the primary evidence. This lady just fell through the floor with the firefighters. Like, sorry, I just got distracted. For the longest time, video was the main evidence in court, right? Now, they got their stupid little floating Sora watermark. Dude, I've seen some of these videos.
Without the watermarks?
They removed it. You can remove that easily inside of an effects program. So, I don't know. This scares me. Personally, I think it's impressive. And I'm like, wow, good job on you all for the progress you've made. That's so cool. But holy crap, what's going to happen to the world? It's the same with the Atlas thing. What's the human response to this? That worries me the most.
Oh yeah,
So
it is wild.
yeah.
And
So,
I've watched a lot of videos, and I think there needs to be, and maybe it takes legislation, maybe it takes laws to put something on there that says this is an AI video.
yeah, they've talked about that again. How can they'd have to take it off now? I did read at one point there is a way that they can put encryption code into all AI videos that cannot be removed, almost like what they do with NFTs and Bitcoin.
Oh, good.
So with analysis, it can always be determined if it's AI or not. So
I
there
think we at
are
least need that.
ways to do it. The problem is a lot of these companies like OpenAI, even Google that has VO, that's their version of it. There's no regulation right now, and they're
Yeah.
in the heyday of making money and people having fun with it. I think it's going to get more restrictive. Now I had read not on Reddit that OpenAI's think they release something awesome, and then so many weeks after they start to scale it back, and it becomes less powerful because they start putting controls on it due to public outcry. So everybody's saying that's probably what's going to happen with this, but the genie's out of the bottle. We've already seen these videos. We can see how good they are. They look like real people.
Yeah.
You show this to my grandma, or somebody who's elderly, and they're going to be like, oh my goodness, this is so real. It looks more real than our video games.
It does. It's crazy.
I mean, this is like Unreal 5 level. We're watching Macaroni and Cheese arrest somebody right now as an example.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. So I don't know, man. I worry about the public and how gullible they are in the age of information. Maybe they can put it behind some massive paywall. I don't know.
Yeah.
Encrypt it. Put some type of proof that it's fake inside of these videos and go from there. That's probably what they're going to have to do. But man, with how slow the government is and people are when it comes to regulating this stuff, we still don't even really have full regulation of the internet. The internet's wide open, right?
Oh no, it's a wild space out there. Yeah.
Yeah. People love putting Jake Paul in makeup videos and in dresses. I don't know why. I've noticed that too.
He has fans, and then he doesn't have fans.
Haters.
There's no
Yeah.
really in between, I don't think.
That's probably the case. Oh my goodness. It's scary though to me. And the thing is, I usually celebrate these kind of things. I'm like, people calm down. It's really cool. It's an advancement of technology. Embrace it. But with this, I'm like, ooh, it's humans I worry about. It's humans it's kind of like, I would put this on the same level. If we got general artificial intelligence that was sentient and they put it in a robot, I probably at first would be like, you know what? This is amazing. This is like a great human achievement. It should be celebrated. Don't fear it. But then on the other side, I'm like, but what are people going to do with it? We're going to have robot armies. You got the whole Skynet concern.
Oh, absolutely.
I worry about humans. So,
yeah,
geez.
They need some help.
They do. Humans need help. At this point, I said it the other night. You turn on the news, you see all the wars, you see all the nonsense, you see if aliens took over or if AI took over, some days I'm like, maybe that wouldn't be so bad because I kind of worry about us.
Yeah.
I'm not anti-human, by the way. I just worry about us.
You AI?
This is where, I glitch out,
So is this like where you have to ask, oh, yeah. Where you ask a cop, are you a cop? It's like, what?
No. I always laugh at...
I always wear these aviators around.
I think we use the animated GIFs all the time. And I love the one where it's Steve Buscemi who goes undercover as a cop. And he's really old, but he puts a backward hat on. And he has
cool
the skateboard.
Kids.
And he goes, hey, cool kids.
Yeah.
What's new or what's up?
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
That is funny.
Oh my gosh. I may put that clip in there too. So, all right, let's go on to something a little more fun. Let me stop the share. Make sure I stop the share. So, all that being said, those are our thoughts. We want to make sure that you guys understand what's going on. Again, we try not to blow things out of proportion. We try to keep it real. When it comes to AI, when it comes to stuff going on with Sora 2, just be very careful. I think at the end of the day, before we get into our more lighter topic at the end of this, the whole thing, do your own research and that kind of thing. Seriously, guys, just take a breath. Don't believe everything you read. let's get back to grade school level fact check from credible sources. Now, it is easy for you to say, well, I don't trust the credible sources because the alien people. Dude, just stop. Pump the brakes. Use critical thinking. And if you don't know what critical thinking is, put it in ChatGPT and it will walk you through what critical thinking is, or just Google it if you don't trust ChatGPT. Use critical thinking. Use evidence-based thinking. And just be cautious, because the reason why we want to say this for sure, especially with like Doug being in law enforcement, I worry people are going to take this and scam people like crazy. Can you imagine? They're like, oh man, aliens are coming. You better give me your credit card. You're not going to need it anyway. Or here's this cool video of your grandson body cam getting arrested. Give me money. Dude, this
Please
is not
don't
good.
do that. Yeah.
From a criminal standpoint, can you imagine what both of these, the conspiracy theories related to 3i Atlas and aliens, on top of video evidence, scamming people? Dude, be on guard. Think for yourself. Be skeptical of everything. Question everything, but do it in a critical way. Sometimes when you say question everything, people are like, oh, well, I'm not going to trust anything the government says. Come on, dude. This is the government. They don't have their act together. Let's be honest. No government has their act together. And if you think that, they have the ability, they can barely process our taxes and pay my refund on time. What makes you really think that they're going to be able to coordinate things like this? So just think a little critically, and that's my soapbox. So anything you want to say on the closeout when it comes to being safe and misinformation, aliens, or AI? What's your thoughts, buddy?
Just like a doctor, maybe just like your car, just like everything else, get multiple sources. Don't go to one source. And I'm not trying to play the Fox News is better than CNN, CNN's better than Fox. I'm not doing that. I'm saying take what Fox says, take what CNN says, take what your local channel says, take what your blogger on the internet says, and then fact check it. Fact checked was politicized by one side of the aisle saying, oh, we're fact checking. No, we want to make sure we're making a smart decision. And then going away from that, going to the scariness of AI and the scariness of danger to our elderly and our mental health community, you can be taken advantage of. Just be careful.
That's right. No, that's very well said. Very well said.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into something a little bit lighter and to round this bad boy out. Even if you're not into it, it's kind of fun, but I have a mini rant. Okay. So, and it's about gaming when you get older. Yeah, I know, man. There's
you told me you were going to say something. So.
Dude, it's, I don't know. There's some realizations you start to have when you get older, Doug,
Yeah.
Outside of any time Doug reminds me that I'm older.
Emotional damage.
He always loves to remind me of that.
I hope that plays over there.
It does. It should.
Okay.
Anyway, so here's the thing. Doug and I, we talked about on the podcast. Battlefield 6 came out. I like Battlefield 6. I always have. My reasons being, I'm not a Twitch fast arcadey combat player. The thing with Call of Duty, it's fun when you can get kills. When you're like me, and honestly, dude, I played a ton of Counter-Strike back in the day, back when I would say I was faster, keyboard and mouse, right? But I would never say I was like great at it. I'm more of a strategist. That's what I love about Battlefield, and why I fell in love with it is because for players like me, when we don't get a high kill count, guess what I do get? I can progress by supporting. I can heal people. I can supply them with ammo, health. I can repair things. That's my jam. Now, it's crazy and everybody's shooting everybody and I'm like laying low and I'm camping out in spots. But if I'm camping is frowned upon in a lot of those games because you're camping to get kills. I'm camping, hanging by my buddy, Doug, and I'm actually doing something. If he gets knocked down, I'm reviving him. I'm throwing a pack at him. So I feel like I actually can play that game and I can progress in that game and I don't have to be good at getting kills. Okay. So that's why I love Battlefield. The last one wasn't very good, Battlefield 2042. I played it quite a bit. It was like a futuristic one. This one is excellent. But when we played the beta, I played on my PC. Here's the thing that I noticed when I'm getting older. We've talked about this. PC gaming is where I started. My brother was into console gaming when we were growing up. We were fortunate enough to have a lot of consoles, but I got into technology, and my career is in technology because of PC gaming, because of like old 90s classics like Wing Commander Privateer, Wing Commander the original, all of them, man. I was a PC gamer. And then from that, I built countless machines of my own and for others. And then, of course, that's launched my IT career. And now I'm in big tech, and I have a love for it, and I always will. However, I predominantly work from home at this point, and my office here, I'm on this thing, and Doug and I, we talked about it. What I find as I get older, when we played the beta, I had fun, but I didn't have a blast because I felt like by the end of the couple hour session, I had just been sitting here working.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't stand that. And I'm almost to the point. So I decided to go ahead and get it for PlayStation.
Yeah.
And my PlayStation's more in my living room, my game room. I have 2 living rooms. I have a main game room, and I'm closer to the TV, my old vision, old man here. And I can see better. I don't know. It was so much more enjoyable to play last night on my console. And what I'm finding, and if even consoles went away, I would probably put like a mini gaming PC with a controller in a living room if consoles ever went away. I'm getting to the point that at my desk, I'm not going to game at my desk anymore. And the reality is, I don't even know. I'm big on like video cards and upgrading. I don't know if I'm going to actually rebuild or do a fancy machine. The biggest thing that pushes my machine at this point is the video editing for the podcast. And I've told you, I'm going to do one of 2 things. I don't think I'm going to build a brand new machine when this one gets old enough. I'm either going to do one of 2 things. I'm going to switch over to a Mac Mini to do the editing and that kind of stuff. And then at my desk, okay, that's 1. Or 2, this one I'm leaning towards. I will go Doug, and I will get a gaming laptop to have, if I want it in my office, fine. Otherwise, I can hook that up to my TV. My big thing is I have a massive Steam library. And a lot of people are mad, and we talked about this, I think, last episode about Xbox, and they're charging tons of money for Game Pass, and they're getting out of the console game. I thought about it the other day. One thing that would flip me over to the Xbox thing? Can you imagine if they did have an Xbox, if they made your entire Steam library available on Xbox?
That would be amazing.
Because I love the Steam Deck, and I love my Steam library. So that's my little rant about getting older. Is I noticed my pattern of playing games is changed. I prefer a controller over keyboard and mouse because I'm better with the controller. My thumbs hurt after a while, but I have more fun, and that's really why I do this, is to de-stress. And I still love video games; it's a huge passion of mine. But I've noticed I'm changing. What have you noticed about yourself before we get into Battlefield? Like, I had a blast last night, but honestly, I told my wife, I was like, I'm so glad I bought it for the console and I didn't stick with PC. And I'm thinking that's going to start a trend for me. If I do buy anything on Steam, I'm probably going to play it only on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Or I'll get a gaming laptop at some point when this thing finally dies. But at that point, dude, I'm thinking about just switching my gaming into my living room. Whether I do it on a gaming laptop or a console, it was just a better experience for me. And I think it's a sign that I'm getting older. Now, I hope it doesn't push me out of the living room and be like, where I don't game forever. Because I recently saw Shirley, her name is, she plays Skyrim. She's like 90.
Oh,
she just
nice.
retired from streaming. And you know what? I always wanted to be that. I was like, I want to be that old guy that's still playing video games. Like, really, like I always said when I retire, people are, what are you going to do? I'm going to work through my Steam backlog. That's what I want to do when I retire. That's my vision. So anyway, enough of my rant. What are your thoughts on that? And then we'll get into rounding this whole conversation.
To kind of sum it up, you had great arguments all around. Working at home, I have never experienced that. And I'm sure it's your office. So even though you travel from your work to home, leaving that office is a break from the workplace. So you need to have a different gaming spot. And the gaming laptop, I'm kind of skipping around here. I think that's a great idea. I talked about
You gave
that.
it to me.
Yeah.
You gave it to me. It was your idea.
I've had
Honestly,
2 of those, and
I give you credit.
Yeah, it is really good. I've had 2 of those, and I love the travel aspect. But now I notice that when I go on travel, when I go places, I don't really have time anymore to. I'm too busy doing stuff. So the old days of taking a laptop and
well, you have the Steam Deck, and we've talked about we play games like indie games like Dave the Diver on Steam Deck, right? Or your emulation library.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And as far as getting old, I've got these bad boys here that I'll
And
put
there you
on.
go. I've
So-
always had bad eyes. I don't wear glasses because I'm old. Let's be clear, people. Although
No.
Doug makes fun of me because when I wear my contacts, I do have to have my readers in.
These are computer glasses. I don't know if it's a placebo effect or they actually
light
work,
blocking.
but they're supposed to blue light filter. So I was getting a little motion sick, and I've talked to Keith about this before with motion blur, but I think this actually helped me because I was getting sick playing Battlefield 6.
Really?
I turned motion blur down, and I put these on, and immediately I felt better. So
I never thought about
effect, maybe, but maybe not.
No, I never thought about the clarity of being able to see better, helping you with your
And I mean,
your equilibrium.
stylish, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you
They're
looking
a little dirty. I feel like an old man. I got all my fingerprints on my
dude.
glasses.
I am obsessive. I have a problem. I honestly think I have OCD when it comes to computer monitors. My wife makes fun of me. Computer monitors and my glasses.
Yeah.
I can't stand even the slightest bit of crud on my computer monitors.
Mine looks pretty good at the moment.
And that's the thing is like when you come to my house, if we're like, you're looking at my laptop, my screen, don't touch my screen. Don't touch my screen.
Yeah.
People have done that and I cringe.
See, you just triggered me. So when we're at work and people touch my monitor and it's not
oil.
a touch screen.
And you see the oils after.
And I'm thinking, don't touch the screen. Just show me what you're trying to tell me. And look, there's a mouse. You can point with the mouse.
Well, and here's the other thing. These are not CRT monitors. LED monitors, you tap some of them.
You could damage it, yeah.
Oh, you'll get a dead pixel. I don't know. I am so OCD when it comes to dude, televisions. Oh my God.
Oh,
dude.
Yeah.
I hate it when people walk up like to the TV. Oh, what's that right there? And they point at it. I'm like, oh my God, don't touch my TV. And I will literally spend half an hour going over and over and over to get rid of streaks, to get rid of oils. Like I am so obsessive with it. And I'm that way with my technology though. I'm very pristine. Like if you ever get a piece of technology from me, it will be like it came out of the box, man. Like that's just how I am. I don't know. I treat technology very well because I want it to last. I know it's expensive. But anyway, enough about that. Battlefield, let's wrap this bad boy up. What are your thoughts?
I thought Battlefield was great. You know, you talk about the good old days of Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. I've been with this franchise for a long time. I started in Bad Company 2, and I've been there a long time. So you talk about the 2042 fiasco. They took away the campaign. First mistake, big mistake there. The campaign, people say, what's not necessary? All I want is multiplayer. Well, you get a backstory. You get a backstory of what you're playing in the multiplayer. So 2042 talked about our Earth, if I remember right, our natural resources are kind of going away and we're all fighting over them. That would have been an amazing campaign, but we didn't get any of that. And it also gives you a chance to test out different weapons, make sure all your buttons work, and then go into the fast-pacedness of multiplayer. Now, getting to multiplayer, the one thing that you talked about last night was how easy it is for us to join a party. And that was a Battlefield 42 problem as well. So Battlefield 42, if you remember, Keith, didn't even have party chat.
I do remember
party chat for about a month or two. Yep. I'm thinking, you made a multiplayer game, we can't even talk to each other?
Yeah.
What are you doing? So there was definitely, hopefully, some write-ups and some discipline at that studio. And we got those people out of there. Now, the other thing I'll say, I'm kind of moving all over the place, haven't had my coffee, but
you're good.
I'm worried about the private acquisition of Electronic Arts for $55 million.
It's like Saudi Arabia.
And wasn't there a senator or something from the U.S.?
No, it's Jared Kushner.
Or was that a room? Oh, Jared Kushner. Okay.
Who's the son-in-law of our president, which all of it seems kind of weird to me.
It does seem, that is a weird purchase. Yeah. So I'm worried about the future Battlefield, but I think at the moment it's really good.
On that point, what people are worried about is these games are installed. Honestly, it leans me more towards console anyway, because what people are worried about is that is a foreign nation who will have software that could become malware to steal your location, all kinds of data. So that's the worry, is that it is not a US based country or company that owns it. And this software goes on millions of computers.
Yeah.
So that's the scary part with it. But anyway, dude, I think you made excellent points. I will say my personal experience was I jumped into it, and one of the first things it did, and because I didn't know, remember, I'm a PC guy here, mainly
Yeah.
for multiplayer. I didn't know how crossplay is flawless. It actually paired me up with one of my Steam friends, or I told Doug this. I didn't even ask it to. We were in a squad together, and I recognized the name, and I was like running with him. And I text my buddy. It actually was Alex, who we've had on and talk about Star Citizen. I was like, "Are you this name in Steam?" He said, "Yeah, man, we're squadded up." Dude, we didn't have to do anything.
It did it for you. Yeah.
It was aware that he was a Steam friend because it lists them in there, and it just worked. And last night you were on PC. Our one buddy was on Xbox, our buddy Jeff. Our other buddy was on PC, and I was on PlayStation 5. You can't get more diverse of a squad than that. And Doug, it worked so well. The only thing that we've encountered is the same thing that we encountered with the beta, in that when you go to switch maps, sometimes one of your crew member may get put back to the menu, and we have to all exit out. I think that's the only bug, right?
I think that's it. Well, the other bug is the map.
Some glitching.
It kind of drags you up to the corner, right?
It does that to me on the PlayStation. Yeah, like when you flips you over after you die, the map, like it's like your mouse cursor's up in the corner, and it like drags your whole view up there.
Yeah.
It does that on PlayStation. It did that on PC.
But if you look at a open day launch of a massive title, I think
Impressive.
they knocked it out of the park.
And I think it's because they had successful betas.
Oh, yes. And I wanted to give some numbers just because I want to hate on Call of Duty. But I'm going to...
wait, you do or don't want to hate on Call of Duty?
I do want to hate on Call of Duty.
Go ahead.
So looking at the Stream database, this is a really cool website that you can see all of the patterns and charts for Steam. So right now, we're going to start with the Battlefield 6. There are 565,000 players right now. So it's tracking the data on the service.
Over 500,000?
Yep. So it's all-time peak was 21 hours ago of 747,000 people playing. Dang. So that's all time. You know, this game's been out since the 10th. What that was just yesterday at 10 a.m. for us local time. So 747,000 players. Now we flip over to Call of Duty. So Call of Duty's 2.9-year all-time high is only 491,000. So right now we've already killed Call of Duty, whatever they wanted to achieve.
They have a new game coming out called Black
Ops 7. And if you've seen the trailer, I think we talked about it.
It looks
so
hokey.
Weird. It looks so stupid.
Well, and I've seen the comparison videos. I think what makes this most impressive is they didn't overly complicate it. It's not futuristic. They went back to modern warfare, standards. They went back to the way prior battlefields ran. Mm-hmm. They also have destructible environments. And that's a new element. Now, it gets really mayhem, but like Doug and I, there was a sniper at one point. We couldn't get up to the top of the roof. If it was Call of Duty, we would just be sniped all day. What did Doug and I do? We just armed up a rockets and we took the building down. And it was
brought the whole thing down.
So that level of strategy and then the destructible environments, along with it's just a little more grounded. It feels like where Call of Duty just feels so arcadey to me. Now they are introducing, I sent this to you this morning, Doug. They're introducing a mode in Battlefield that's basically trolling Call of Duty. And it's basically, what is that? It's kind of like where you set a bomb and disarm it.
Is it Rush
Seek and
mode?
Destroy? Seek and Destroy. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah.
So they're going to be releasing that, and so they're kind of trolling their competitors, but they are definitely dominating. The game's amazing. It was a very smooth launch. I am fascinated by. You started earlier in the day. What was your line? Your queue, 200,000?
So the queue I started at, and if you give me just a second, was pretty high, and we experienced that in the beta. So I started at 292,800, but that is right at 10:30, 11 after I had to update a patch.
Yeah.
But I mean, it only took me 2-3 minutes, I think, if that.
Dude, I think what fascinates me, what are they doing to scale the servers up for demand?
I don't know.
That's what's impressive to me.
Yeah.
So I will tell you my experience on PlayStation. It was so smooth, buttery smooth.
Yeah.
The graphics are obviously better on PC. They really are. But, dude, my PlayStation, and I don't have a PlayStation Pro. I have old school launch day PlayStation 5, okay? Yeah. That bad boy, it rocked it. It was smooth. The crossplay was phenomenal. You would never know that Jeff and Matt and Doug and I were on different platforms. It just worked.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm impressed. It does make me worried about, is this the last good one we're going to get because of the acquisition of a foreign national,
Yeah.
the Saudis,
Hopefully not, but
I hope not. But, anyway, I'm thankful we have it. There's tons of people playing it. It may not be for everybody, but I'm having a blast with it. I'm looking forward to playing again. So.
Yeah, and I missed one thing completely to go back just a little bit about you not getting kills. That is a good thing about Battlefield is that you don't have to get kills. I've seen guys get the number 1 point slot with 0
Revives.
kills, maybe 90 deaths, but they're out there working the objective. I think someone explained it well as you're out there on the objective, you're getting spot bonuses, capture bonuses, defending.
There's so many ways.
Reviving people.
Assist. You get, if you just even damage, if you threw a grenade at the vicinity of an armored vehicle, it gives you, and you just damaged it. You didn't do anything. It gives you points.
You get a bonus. Yeah.
I really like that if for somebody like me, it makes you feel like you can actually progress in the game and unlock stuff, and that you're getting experience points, and you don't have to be some godlike Twitch player, esports player, like, where you're headshotting people left and right.
Yeah.
So now there has been a problem fundamentally still with PC players in there's cheating. Now it's not software, because they're using the secure chipset on motherboards to block that, but there are still devices. And I think we talked about it maybe in season 1 of our podcast, because we knew somebody had one. There's devices that are outside of the computer that you can put between your keyboard and mouse, and it gives you like aim assist and things like that.
I hate to throw out our buddy Frank the Tank, but he
loves those things.
It's a Kronos, right?
Kronos, yeah. Yep. A lot of people use them. And there was a famous YouTuber, and I guess they did a selfie, and in the background they saw Kronos sitting on their desk, and everybody was like, oh my goodness, that means when he's playing. And it actually outed him, because people were like, oh, well, he's really good at playing Fortnite. He's good. No, he's been cheating. So that's more dominant. Now, you can use Kronos supposedly on consoles, but I've read it's not as good, because with PCs you can load in scripts a certain way, and the PC just jives better with it. So there's always going to be cheating, but you know what, man? Just have fun. And I'm thankful this game came out. And it's a rough time, because like games coming out like Ghost of Yeti, I want to play that. There's so many games I want to play, but I knew this one was going to dominate, my time at least. And so I'm enjoying it. I'm happy it came out, and I'm looking forward to playing with a bunch of friends. So good job, Dice. You guys did good.
Good job.
All right. I think that wraps it up, man. Bring us home.
Yeah, I've just say thanks to everybody for listening. Thanks to everybody for coming back. We got some special projects down the way. Now we are getting into the holiday season. We are going to try to be as consistent as possible, but we're also going to try to wrap up season 3. Hopefully deliver something really big at the end, and maybe that'll close it out. Maybe I don't. So, but thanks again. Like, subscribe, Facebook, Instagram. We have our merch store, lots of cozy sweaters and stuff for winter coming up.
That's right. I'm going to be rocking my Wired Nerdy hoodie.
Nice.
So, starting to turn. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you all. You stay nerdy.
See ya.